Storms caused flooding and tree damage in Omaha, Nebraska today. The heavy rain combined with hail and high winds left several drivers stranded in high water waiting to be rescued. Local officials reported thousands of residents had lost power in the storms, which brought winds gusting up to 60 miles per hour. And as far as rain, some estimates show over 3 inches of rain fell on the Omaha metro. That flooding also impacted the start of the Big Ten baseball tournament in downtown Omaha today, pushing it back to at least 6 hours.
That same line of storms moving into central Iowa caused this damage. At least 3 wind turbines near Prescott, Iowa in Adams County snapped and toppled, and that sparked the fire you see in the surrounding fields. A tornado was reported in that area around the same time, though it's not clear if the tornado did this damage.
And that same storm system produced a tornado that has done major damage to the town of Greenfield, Iowa. Video of the aftermath shows trees stripped and debris everywhere. There's metal wrapped around trees, cars flipped over, homes torn apart. Greenfield is a town of about 2,600 people in Adair County. That's in southwest Iowa.
Last night, it was large hail that rained down on the northwest Iowa town of Royal. The hailstones, some the size of baseballs, damaged homes and vehicles. Take a look at the video that we were sent by a viewer in Royal. The hail broke windows and damaged roofs and siding. Debris littering yards all over town. One resident tells us the hail did a whole lot of damage to her family's cars.
Both our cars have hail damage. Our side passenger on our one car is missing, the mirror. The windshield on our Impala is cracked in 2 places, and we have 2 windows that are broken.
Royal saw another round of storms this afternoon. KTIV's Ellen Ide will have more on cleanup efforts in Royal for you tonight on News 4 at 10.
And as you have seen, damage from the storms last night and today have wreaked havoc across the KTIV viewing area. But the worst of it might be right here in Sioux City.
KTIV's Katie Koppel joins us with Live Link 4 tonight from Sioux City's Morningside neighborhood. That's where a home's now been red tagged following a tree that fell right on top of it during the height of the storms this morning. Katie, what do you see behind you?
Yeah, Matt and Jessica, it's a moment in time no homeowner wants to see. That's when a tree falls on top of your house, especially early in the morning. But that was the reality for a couple here in the Morningside neighborhood. Let's take a look at the video we shot earlier this morning. Now, Jeff's Tree Service was called out to this house at Morningside Avenue in South Palmetto. The tree's roots were rotted out, so that weakened the base of this tree during the high winds this morning about 6:30. That tree falling onto the roof of this house behind me. Now, according to the crews on scene, an elderly couple did live here. Thankfully, they were not injured in this incident. Now, there is a small room on the top floor where the roof has collapsed. There's also significant water damage. But if we take a look at what it looks like now, I'm going to step out of the way here so Chief Photographer Acacia Phillips can show you what we're seeing behind us. So crews have been out here. They've taken off a lot of the smaller branches on the side of this tree, but that is really showcasing the damage to the top of this house. Now, again, this house has been red tagged, meaning it is not safe to be inside of it. We're told, again, there's a lot of water damage, but I think the bright spot here is that the couple that did live in this house, they are safe and they were not injured. I'm going to step back in frame here so we can see it. But really, obviously, this is some of the worst damage we've seen coming out of the storm system that moved through this metro area here today. But again, such a horrifying moment for this couple here in the Morningside neighborhood. Matt and Jessica, I'm going to send it back to you in the studio.
All right, KTIV's Katie Koppel live in Sioux City tonight. Thanks, Katie, for that update. And cleanup began this morning and continues tonight for the Sioux City Street Department. Now, as for the streets, crews were out cleaning major roadways this morning. Large trees covered roadways, causing some detours for drivers. Now, if you live in Sioux City and have tree debris you want to get rid of, here are the rules you need to follow. Tree branches that are not larger than 2 inches in diameter and no longer than 4 feet can be placed in your garbage container for pickup on your regular garbage day. Larger branches must be brought to the Citizens Convenience Center, which is the old landfill at 5800 28th Street, for a fee. Excess branches may be bundled with a solid waste sticker before it's collected. You can also take excess branches to the Citizens Convenience Center that's on 28th Street for a fee.
Tree debris is also a concern across the river in South Sioux City following the storms. The city is offering help to those residents who are still cleaning up. The street department there says they'll pick up branches that are less than 4 feet long and less than 4 inches wide. They have to be bundled up and tied together with string or twine. If not, city crews won't pick them up. Each home is allowed one pickup load starting Thursday. The city says it's doing this to keep neighborhoods clear of all that debris.